adolescence, teenagehood, whatever we want to call it, can be one of the hardest times that we'll ever have to go through. Like, not only is there so much going on with all these changes and big events, but you've also got like pressure from all angles of all these different people in your life trying to shape you and mold you into who they want you to be. Like, you've got school, you've got friends, teachers, you've got family. And whilst all of this is going on, you've got your own brain developing in such a way where it's craving independence and autonomy, where it wants to decide things for itself. It wants freedom. And even though you've got these desires, you're still under the care of your parents. And so you're under their control. And I guess maybe sometimes you don't have as much freedom as you want. There's just like so much going on at that time. I guess I just wanted to make this video to quickly highlight and talk about how hard adolescence is, and not to minimize it for a second, because trust me, I understand how incredibly hard it can be. But also just to remind you, if you are a teenager watching this, that one day you're seriously going to look back on these challenging times and thank them, because they are literally going to shape you into the most resilient, compassionate, understanding person, also extremely self-aware. Right now, self-awareness might feel hard because it's like you're almost like hyper aware of how you're feeling and how everyone else is feeling, and it can be really bit confronting. But when you're older, it's literally going to be your superpower. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about the importance of going through these tough times. Like, because the thing is, so they probably don't teach you this in school, and I don't know if they teach us this much in society, but it's like throughout life on this planet, we have two polarizing forces that are like always working together. And that is the dark and the light. And so the dark can be thought of as like the tough times, the challenges that we go through, the times when we're like retreating and going in and just trying to make it through because of all the stuff that's going on, right? And the light is kind of like, when we come out of that, when we get to enjoy, where we get to play, where we get to, have that period or cycle in our life where things are just pretty good. There's nothing too much to stress about. Like, we're feeling good, But the thing is, you can't have one without the other. Like, you can't have darkness without the light, and you can't have light without the darkness. How could you? Like, you literally couldn't. If we didn't have the dark, like, you literally wouldn't even be able to perceive the light. You wouldn't be able to even like notice it. You wouldn't be aware of it. You wouldn't be able to enjoy it. And the thing is, this is like a natural cycle and process of all of life. It's organic. Like, it's not just something that happens to humans. It's something that happens to all things natural. And you can see this dynamic of dark and light working together, playing out everywhere. Like, literally in everyday life, we've got night and day, where it's either dark or light in the sky, or we've got winter and summer, where winter you're like retreating and hibernating and just going within, and then summer you're like alive and you're out and you're going to the beach and you've got like festivals and you're like living it, right? So the reason I wanted you to know that is so that you understand that, like, it's fully natural. And even though society maybe tries to tell us otherwise, this darkness that you might be in, like, darkness is not something for us to be afraid of or something that we need to try and fight. Like, it's not something that's like against us. It's actually helping us. And so if you're going through a really tough time right now, just understand that, like, everything you are like gaining from this time, all the resources and all this stuff that you're like just like putting in your basket right now, is invaluable. And you literally can't find that in the light. You can't find that when you're going through the good times. Like, just think about it. When everything is like all chill and you're having like a really great, I don't know, summer, for example, or it's just like a period of time in your life where everything's going really well, what do you like learn from that, right? Obviously, like, I'm sure there's a lot that you learn, but it's like, what do you really like take from that as a resource? Probably not much, because that time is more for play. That time is like for fun. That time is for like presence and like really being there and enjoying and soaking it all in, almost like a reward in a sense, right? But it's in the darkness, it's in the struggles, it's in the tough times where you literally learn so much. You learn more about yourself, you learn more about the world, you learn about like what your weaknesses are, what your strengths are. You learn about what you like, what you don't like. You learn about what you want, what you don't want. You learn about your next step, the direction you want to take. Like, you know, it's just like we can never gain these things without that. Like, this sounds so cliche and corny, but it's like, if you're a teen who's feeling like a little lost right now, how can you ever be found if you're not first lost? Like, even animals, even our plants, they go by this cycle as well, where they're either reaching for the light or they're like retreating and they're hibernating, you know, and they're closing up and stuff like that. And that is like, yeah, just another analogy for this like energies or this system that like runs through this planet. And so it's actually really beautiful, and we don't have to be so afraid of it. And once again, this is not for a second to minimize any of the struggles you might be going through. Like, it's not to say like, yeah, like good, like, you know what I mean? Like, I can imagine that like whatever you're going through is extremely hard and it takes a lot of strength, and I know it can feel sometimes like every day is like a fight, but just know that like the resources that you're gaining from this fight is going to literally do wonders for you in your future. Okay, so I hope that this helps you to have a bit of faith. If you are going through like a little bit of a hard time right now though, and you feel like you just need support, remember you can always reach out to an adult who you trust and feel like you can be open with. Otherwise, I also work with teenagers one-on-one. I'm a qualified counselor. I'm also a clinical hypnotherapist. If that's something that you're interested in, just talk to mum and dad first, and then they can find links all throughout my social media about how to book and everything like that. Have a beautiful day or night, wherever you are. Okay, bye.